the link state routing algorithm. Okay, it is the second major class of the intra-domain routing algorithm, or it means routing protocol, and it is a dynamic type routing protocol. That means if there is any change in the network, or if any communication link is not available, or if it is if any router is down, right? So that the change, or every router has to modify their routing table, but it will be done automatically. So there will no any administrator is required for manually operating this all steps. Okay, so it is a dynamic type routing protocol, and this distance vector routing protocol that we have seen in the last lecture, it was used in the ARPANET up to 1979. Okay, it was in the practice up to 1979, and after that the link state routing algorithm is used in practice in actual real world for routing. Okay, and here the variants of these algorithms are now widely used in the internet, and link state routing is very simple, and each router in the autonomous system has to perform the five operations, and these five operations are these: first is to discover its neighbor and learn their network addresses. Second step is to measure the delay or the cost to reach uh, each of its neighbors, then construct the linked packet, and that packet will tell us about all the details that we have measured in this step number one and step number two. And next step is to send this packet that we are creating in the step number three to all the routers in the autonomous systems, right? Autonomous system. And last one is to compute the shortest path from all the packets that uh, routers are getting from the their neighbors, right? So first of all is as I said, for the intra-domain routing, we have two type of the algorithm: distance vector routing. Okay, so there actually there were only two algorithm for the intra-domain, right? Distance vector routing and the linked routing. Yes, I think on the Monday on the lecture I have already told the difference between the distance vector routing and the linked routing. So in the linked routing, what happens if there is any router? Okay, as you know, what is autonomous system, right? If this is the autonomous system, it is a collection of the network and the router. So here, if any router is there which is connected with their neighbor, right, or any using the communication line, right? So here, every router will do what? They are going to inform each and every router in the autonomous system about the cost, okay? Okay, about the delay or cost to their neighbors, right? So if this is a router A, so router A, B, C, D, and E. Total there are five routers are there: A, B, C, D, and E. So router A will do
USB
what? It will
removed.
tell all the routers in the autonomous system, right? That is 2, 3, 4, and 5, about
USB
what is the
removed.
cost
USB
of
inserted.
itself
USB inserted.
with its neighbor, right? A to B and A to C. Whatever will be the cost, it will tell all the remaining routers in the autonomous system. જેટલા પણ હશે બધાને inform કરવાનું કામ છે, because based on that they are getting the based on the information they are getting, they are going to compute what? Shortest path. Our ultimate goal is what? To provide the routing. Routing is what? To choose the best possible path among the multiple paths. So we have to calculate the shortest path to every other router in the autonomous system, and for that purpose, these four steps are required. Okay, first of all, every router has to identify who my neighbors are, right? So if router A is coming in the network, right? Suppose first time a boot થાય છે, right? Boot up થાય છે, so it has to identify who my neighbors are. So it is B and E. For that, it is going to use one protocol to identify who my neighbors are. After that, it is going to identify what is the cost to reach to my neighbor. That means if I want to reach to A, from A to B, what should be the cost? Cost can be anything. It can be distance, it can be the time, it can be number of hops, how many jumps I have to perform. Okay, just wait a minute. Power is gone. Okay, and the screen is visible or not?
No, ma'am.
Okay, actually power is gone. Okay, so we have to wait for some time. Okay, all of you can leave this meeting. Once it will be, that means again if we are getting the power, then I will let you know in the group. Okay, start the lecture again. Okay, so as I said in the link state routing, what happened? Every router sends their information about their neighbors to all the routers in the autonomous system. I guess
One screen is not
screen
visible.
is not. Just wait a minute. Step is to discover its neighbor and identify their network addresses. Okay, so as I said in the link state routing, every router will tell about the info. Every router will tell the information about their neighbors to all the routers in the autonomous system. So for that, it has to first identify who my neighbors are, and for that, there is a first step: discover its neighbor and learn their network addresses. And for that purpose, every router, whenever it is coming for the first time in the network, it will send a special hello packet. Okay, hello packet on each point to point line it is connected. So router on the second, or you can say on the another end, it is expected to send the reply back with the information, that is by giving its identity, that is by giving its IP address. See here, first step is learning about their neighbors. So first step is to identify who my neighbors are, and it is accomplished by sell hello packet on each point to point line. For example, if there is a router, right, it is connected to three interface. So what it will do, it will create one packet like this, right? And this packet is known as hello packet. Okay, so it is going to send this packet on each and every line it is connected, that is point to point. And the router on the other end, right, જે પણ બીજા router હશે on the second end, they are expected to send the reply back by giving their identity. That means they have to give their own IP address so that this particular router will be able to identify who my neighbors are. Okay. Second step is to identify the cost. Okay. So measuring the line cost. Second step is measuring the line cost. That means once it will identify who my neighbors are, it has to identify what cost is required to reach to my neighbor. Okay, so if there are three different neighbors, then it has to identify what is the cost from A to B, A to C, and A to D. And for that purpose, it is going to send a special packet known as the eco packet. Okay, પહેલામાં શું હતું? Hello packet for identify neighbor. To identify the cost, they are going to send the eco packet, and on the other side, it is required to send back the reply immediately. So if there is one router is this, okay, it is connected with this router. Okay, hello packet થી ખબર પડી જશે કે neighbor કયા છે. Now for identifying the cost, for example, it requires 4 millisecond. How it is going to identify this 4 millisecond is required to reach to my neighbor. Here for this particular router, for example, it is only 1 millisecond, and for this router it is requires only 3 millisecond to reach to this third neighbor. So in order to identify this delay, or you can say this cost, what it is going to do, it is going to send echo packet and it will set a timer. રાઈટ, ટાઈમર સેટ કરી દેશે અને ચેક કરશે કે રિપ્લાય મને કેટલા સેકન્ડમાં પાછો આવે છે. So once the reply is getting back, it is going to divide by 2. એક વખત જવા માટે અને એક વખત આવવા માટે. So here it will be 4 plus 4. 4 મિલિસેકન્ડ જવા માટે થશે અને 4 મિલિસેકન્ડ આવવા માટે થશે. So it will be total 8. So 8 divided by 2. So it is going to identify actual 4 millisecond is required to reach from A to B. And for that, it is going to send what? Echo packet. By sending the echo packet and setting up the timer, and by measuring the round trip time and dividing it by 2, it can identify the delay, or it can identify the cost to reach to particular neighbor. Okay, that is the second step. થર્ડ સ્ટેપમાં શું કરવાનું છે, જે ઇન્ફોર્મેશન હવે ગેધર કરી છે એ ઇન્ફોર્મેશન કોને આપવાનું છે, ઓટોનોમસ સિસ્ટમને જેટલા પણ રાઉટર્સ હશે, બાકીના જેટલા પણ રાઉટર્સ નેબર્સ અને નેબર્સ સિવાયના, રાઈટ, બધા જ રાઉટરને ઇટ ઇઝ ગોઈંગ ટુ સેન્ડ this information that is about their neighbor, about its particular router's neighbor. Okay, and for that purpose it has to first build the link state packet. Okay, it is going to create a packet, and that packet is known as the link state packet. Okay, so uh, this packet can be built periodically, or it can be built at some significant event occurs in the network. Okay, so as you can see in the third step, what we are doing, we are just creating the link state packet from the information that we are gathering from the step number 1 and step number 2. So as you can see, actually there are total A, B, C, D, E, and F. Total there are 6 routers are there, and for router A, the neighbors are B and E. So as you can see, for the router A, the link state packet is this. Okay, and in this link state packet, you can see the identity of the router, that is the IP address of the router A will be there, then the sequence number of the packet, then the age of the packet, then the information about the neighbors, that is neighbors are B and E, and to reach from A to B, it requires 4 milliseconds. For A to E, it requires 5 milliseconds. Similarly, for the remaining routers, these are the link state packet initially. Okay, so as you can see here, the new terms are sequence number and age. Okay, neighbor information તમને ખબર પડી ગઈ, અને cost કેટલું છે ખબર already you can get from this graph. Okay, so this new sequence number is nothing but if for example this is router A is sending the first packet, right, પહેલી વખત શું કરશે, a packet mokalse. So it has to first it has to keep the track how many packet I have already sent. Okay, so and in order to keep the track, it has to give the number to each and every packet. So here this is the packet number 1 from the router A. So in the sequence number it will be what, 1. Let's see next time શું થશે, અગર router A second packet મોકલે છે, new packet is want to send, then the sequence number will be 2 with this modify information. Okay. Then if there is a third packet from the same router, the sequence number will be 3 and so on. So sequence number will identify the how many packets have already been sent, or how many packets have already been seen by the particular router. Okay, that is the purpose of the sequence number. Next is the age. Age identifies how for how long this particular packet should be there in the network. રાઈટ, આપણું કામ શું છે, બધા જ રાઉટરને આ લિંક સ્ટેટ પેકેટ મોકલવાનું છે. તો પર્ટિક્યુલર ધીસ પેકેટ કેટલા ટાઈમ સુધી નેટવર્કની અંદર ફરવા જોઈએ, that will be indicated by this age. So usually 10 સેકન્ડની અંદર શું થાય કે બધા જ રાઉટર્સ નવા નવા પેકેટ સેન્ડ કરે. Okay, so usually the age of this packet should be 10 or 5 millisecond. જેવું ફર્સ્ટ પેકેટ સેન્ડ થશે, it will be what, age is 10. Next અહીંયા reach થશે, it will be decremented by 1, that will be now 9. Then it will be sent to C, so it will be 8. It will be decremented by 1 at every time that the packet is being passed to the next router, or you can say at every second the age of this packet is going to be decremented. Okay, once it will be hit to 0, okay, age 0 થઈ જશે, it will be discarded from the router. Okay, the information will be discarded from this particular routers. Okay, so this is the link state packet for each and every router. As you can see, every router is containing what, the information regarding their neighbor, and our goal is what, to send this packet to all the routers in the autonomous system. So for A, there are only B and E as a neighboring router, but this information has to be propagated to all the routers, that is C, D and F. Okay, બધા સુધી પહોંચવા જોઈએ. So if it is going to send to B. B is going to pass that packet to C and F because it is connected to C, F, and A. So it is not going to send to A because message already coming from A. So એને ફરીથી મોકલવાની જરૂર નથી. It is going to send to only the remaining interface. Okay. C is going to pass that information to D and E and so on. Okay, so it may be possible that the same packet will be received to multiple times to particular router. So at that time we have to discard the old or the same packet. Okay, so this is the age of the every packet is decremented once per second, as I said. Okay, જ્યારે information carry delete થશે whenever it is hitting to zero. Whenever the age is going to be zero, the information from the router is going to be discarded. And normally every 10 seconds માં શું થાય છે, packet is coming from every router, so it uh, so that's every time it is getting the message for every 10 seconds. So whenever any router is down, at that moment we are going to remove the information from the router. Sorry. Okay, so as I said, building the linked state packet is very easy. We do not have to do anything. We have to just identify who my neighbors are and what is the cost to reach my neighbors, and then just use the flooding. Okay, or just use the broadcasting for propagating this information to all the routers. But main part is what when to build this packet is tricky. Okay, મારે ક્યારે linked state packet generate કરવાના છે, that will be tricky. And there are two actually cases when we can generate the linked state packet. First, we can generate periodically at regular intervals, or we can build when some significant events occur in the network. For example, whenever any line or neighbor is going down, at that moment we can create the packet and we can propagate that packets to the neighbors. Then second event can be whenever any neighbor is down and if it is coming back, right, at that moment also we can generate the linked state packet. And last is whenever any router is changing its property or any network is changing its property, at that time we can generate this linked state packet and we have to propagate them to all the other routers in the network. Okay, fourth step is to distribute these linked state packets that we have generated in the step number 3. So as I said, the trickiest part of the algorithm is okay, distributing the linked state packets, and that is to be done reliably. That means જે packet આપણે generate કર્યા છે, that has to be delivered to all the routers, right? So that is called the reliable. We should be reliable. All the packets should be reached to each and every router in the autonomous system. And the fundamental idea is to use the flooding. As I said, flooding is used for the broadcasting. So મારે બધા જ router ને મોકલવાનું હોય તો obviously I'm not going to use the unicast. I'm going to use the broadcast. I'm going to deliver this message to all the nodes in the network. Okay, and there is one algorithm for implementing this. Let's see that algorithm. Okay. So first, um, every linked state packet contains the sequence number that is incremented for each new packet is sent. So here, if this is the router A, right? This said, this is router B, router C, and so on. It is B, it is D, it is E, and so on. There can be any router. Okay, it may be F. Okay. Okay. For example, it is connected like this, and this is the network, for example. So here, every time any router is sending the packet, it is going to add the sequence number to each and every packet. So whenever any new packet is to be sent, we have to increment the sequence number by 1 because from the same router we are seconding the packet. So first packet is going to have the sequence number 1, second packet has the sequence number 2, third packet is there, it will be sequence number 3, and so on. Why there is another need of the second packet and third packet, that we will see later. Okay, so once every router is getting the packet from, for example, A is sending the packet to A and D. A and D ને શું કરશે, broadcast કરશે. Now B શું કરશે, it is going to keep the track of all the pairs they see. Okay, so whatever packet is arriving to B, it is going to keep the track. Okay, so it is going to check from which router it is arriving and what is the sequence number of that packet. Next, whenever a new linked state packet is arriving, it is going to check against this list. of the packet they have already seen. Okay, so for example, here B is received this packet number 1, right? It is coming from the router A અને એને ખબર પડશે કે એના neighbors કયા છે B અને D. Okay, so it may be possible that second packet આવે છે, right, with the sequence number 2. If it is new, it is being forwarded to all the line except the one it is arriving from. So B શું કરશે, first packet તેને send કરી દીધો હશે C અને D ને, right? Packet number 1 કોને send કર્યો હશે, એના neighbors C અને D ને. Now for example, second packet is arriving from A to D. Okay, just let me draw one more line like this. Okay. So here it is being forwarded, second packet is being forwarded to all the line except the one it is arriving from. So ક્યાંથી આવ્યું છે, A પરથી આવ્યું છે, તો A ને નહીં મોકલશે, સિવાયના બાકીના જેટલા પણ ઇન્ટરફેસ હશે, જેટલી પણ લાઈન હશે, બધા પર router is going to send the packet. Now it can be, second possibility can be duplicate. Why it is duplicate? For example, first packet is going to be sent from A to B and A to C. Oh sorry, A to D. Router A શું કરશે, first packet કોને મોકલશે, neighbor routers ને. Neighbor routers are B and D. So as you can see, A to B and B to D. B શું કરશે, A સિવાયની બાકીની જેટલી પણ લાઈન છે એના પર મેસેજ સેન્ડ કરશે. So it is going to send the same packet to C and D. So router D has already seen what this packet. Already A મોકલેલું છે 1 number નો packet. So router B is also sending the same packet with the sequence number 1. So we can say it is a duplicate packet. So if it is duplicate packet, we have to discard them. Okay. Third case can be if the packet with the sequence number lower than the highest one has been seen, is coming, then it is being rejected. Why? Because it is obsolete since the router has seen more recent date. How? See, just let me draw properly. Okay, so let's see what happens here. Okay, so this is the packet number 1. Okay, that is being sent by A to B and D. Okay, so packet 1 is arrived from A with the sequence number 1 and with D is the sequence number 1. Now B is going to forward this packet to D and C. So D પાસે પણ same packet આવશે with the sequence number 1 from the router. Actually it is from the router A, but it is being forwarded by B. Okay, and C is going to send this packet to F and it is going to send the same packet to D. But D, before sending this packet to D, suppose router D has is getting the second packet from the router A. Okay, એની પહેલા router A શું કર્યું છે, second packet મોકલી દીધું છે. So here router D is getting the packet from the router A with the sequence number 2, but it is getting the old packet, right, with the sequence number 1 from the router C. So it may be possible that router D is getting what? Old packet. Okay, that is the sequence number which is lower than the highest one it has already seen. And અત્યારે સુધીમાં કયું જોયું છે, I sequence number 2 વાળો પેકેટ already જોઈ લીધો છે. એના પછી પણ શું થાય છે, as the C is forwarding the same packet with the sequence number 1, it is going to reject this packet because this router D has the recent data from the router E. Are we getting? ખબર પડે છે બધાને?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, there are 3 cases. Either it can be the new packet, or it can be duplicate, or it can be the same router is getting the old packet instead of the new one. Okay, so in that case it is going to reject the old packet and it is going to keep the packet with the highest sequence number. Okay, because agar jo old information rakse, so obviously it is of no use. But some problems are there with this basic algorithm. First, if we are using the sequence number, right, here what we are doing, we are using the sequence number, so it may wrap around. For example, for the sequence number we have decided to use only 3 bits. Okay, મારે કોઈ sequence number allocate કરવો છે, see everything is in the binary. zeros and one. For example, for assigning the sequence number to each and every packet, I have decided we have to just use only 3-bit information. So how many possibility there? 2 raised to 3. Only 8 packets will be there. That means same router A can send how many packets? Only up to 8. Why? Because every packet is going to have some sequence number. The first packet is going to have the sequence number 000. Second packet is going to have the sequence number 001. Then 010. Then 011. Then 100, 101, 10110, and last is 111. Now suppose router A wants to send more data, that is the packet number 9. Alright, ninth packet મોકલવું છે, then what will happen? It is going to use the same sequence number 000. Why? We are just using only 3 bits. So 3 bit કરતા વધારે આપણી પાસે કોઈ ઓપ્શન જ નથી. So once we reach to 111, we have to restart again 000. So what will happen if router A is going to send the ninth packet with the sequence number 000? This packet will be rejected at the neighbor. Why? Because the router B, જેનો neighbor હશે, has already seen the packet with the highest sequence number, right? Highest sequence number. So it is going to reject this ninth packet because it is going to have the sequence number what? 0 as compared to this. Okay, so 0 is less than the 8. So this ninth packet will be rejected. Okay, so in order to solve this problem, what we can do, instead of using the lower number for the sequence number, you can use the 32-bit for the sequence number. So if you are using the 32-bit to represent any sequence number, how many possibilities will be there? 2 raised to 32 number of packets the same router can use. Okay, so packet number 1 is going to have 0 up to 0. First 31 bit will be 0, last is 0. Again, first 31 bits will be 0 and then 1. Then it will be 30 bits will be 0, then 1 0 and 1 1. Then 100, 101, 110, and so on. Then again fourth bit will be 00. So if you are going to use 32-bit to represent any sequence number, it will take how many years to wrap around? It will take 137 years to wrap around. So there will be no confusion. એવું કોઈ possibility નહીં થશે કે કોઈ પેકેટમાં સેમ સિક્વન્સ નંબર આવશે. Okay, so that problem can be solved. Second problem can be if any router ever crashes. Okay, જે નેટવર્કની અંદર કોઈ રાઉટર છે, ફોર એક્ઝામ્પલ રાઉટર A છે, it is crashed. Okay, somehow down થઈ જાય છે, right? Or link between any two router is going to be cut. Okay, then what will happen? This router A is going to lose all the data that it has already, right? For example, router A અત્યાર સુધી 5 પેકેટ સેન્ડ કરી દીધા છે, and after that this router is getting crash, somehow એ down થઈ જાય છે. તો અત્યાર સુધીની જેટલી પણ information હતી for the 5 packets, it is going to lose. And whenever it is coming back in the network, whenever it is booted up, then what will happen? It is going to start with the sequence number 0. It is going to start with the sequence number 0 and new packets will be rejected because આ બધી જ information already lost થઈ ગઈ છે, right? Now if it is going to send the new packet, it is going to start with the packet number 0, but this neighboring router is going to reject this new packet because it has already seen the packet up to 5 from the router E. Okay, that can be the second problem. And third problem can be what? For example, any sequence number we are using of the 32 bit, right? For example, વચ્ચે કોઈ bit છે 0 1 1 0 0 0 1 0 and so on up to 32 bits. For example, whenever we are passing this packet to the router, it may happen due to some event, some corruption will be there, right? That means any bit flipping is occurring. For example, this bit is going flip from 0 to 1. Somehow error occurs. Then what will happen? This packet with this sequence number will be rejected because it can be the old sequence number that has already been seen by the new routers, or you can say neighboring router. So this packet is going to be rejected. Why? Because of this error. Okay, because of this corruption, or you can say because of this bit corrupted, this packet is going to be rejected. So in order to solve these two problems, That is, whenever any router is going to be crash, or this bit corruption, or sequence number corruption, what we can do, we can add the age, જે actually જે main purpose છે, right? Age એનો યુઝ આના માટે છે. સો કોઈ રાઉટર ક્રેશ થઈ જાય ક્યાં તો સિક્વન્સ નંબર કરપ્ટ થઈ જાય, so what we are going to do, we are going to add this age into the packet. So whenever every, as I said, packet is coming at every 10 second. So કોઈ રાઉટર ક્રેશ થાય અને ફરીથી આવે, right? It is usually coming within the 10 second. So we can use this age as a solution. Okay, we can associate the age with each and every packet from any router and decrement this age once for every second. And whenever this age hits to zero, the information from the router is going to be discarded. Right? So જેવી hit zero થઈ જશે, બધા router શું કરશે, information remove કરશે. Now whenever any router is coming back again, it is going to start again with the sequence number zero. It will not create any problem, because our router has already deleted the information from their routing table after the 10 seconds. Okay, last one is what? Compute the new route. Okay, that is the once every router is getting the set of all the link state packets from the routers, right? Their neighboring routers, once they are getting the full set of the link state packet, they can construct the subnet graph. Okay, because every link is now represented. બધાને ખબર પડશે કે who the neighbor of the particular routers, and based on that they are going to create the graph, and they can identify what is the cost to reach to particular router, right? So after that we can use the Dijkstra algorithm, as we have already seen, to construct the shortest path to all the possible destination. Okay, and the result of this algorithm can be installed into the routing table of each and every router in the autonomous system, and after that the normal operation is going to be resumed. Okay, that is whenever any host is want to send the message to particular destination host, and in between there are particular intermediate routers are there, right? There may be multiple intermediate routers. So this router is implementing what? Link state routing protocol. So once this host is going to send the packet, they're going to use this link state routing protocol for sending the message to the destination host. How? For that, first of all, they have to identify who my neighbors are and what is the cost to reach to this neighbor intermediate routers. Okay, so this is the link state routing protocol. Okay, let's see the last topic, and then I'll just going to end this session. Okay, hierarchical routing. Wait a minute. Okay, so here, as the network goes in the size, okay, જેમ network expand થશે, routing table of each and every router is going to be increased. Okay, it is going to grow proportionally. Okay, so at a certain point the network may grow to the point where it is no longer feasible for every router to have an entry for every other routers in the autonomous system, or in the network. So the routing table or routing will have to be done hierarchically. Okay, so as a result, the router memory consumption will be more, because જેમ network મોટું થશે router માટે difficult થશે for making entry for each and every router in the network. બધા જ router મારે entry routing table માં કરવા પડે છે. So જેટલું મોટું network થતું જશે, right? Network માં routers ની count હોતા જશે, right? So for each and every router, it has to mention the entry of each and every router in the system. So as a result, the memory consumption will be more. Okay, obviously the routing table size increases, so memory consumption will be more. Then more CPU time will be required for scanning. મારે જે સ્કેન કરવાનું છે for particular મારે કયા router ને use કરવાનો છે for forwarding the packet. Okay, so it will take more time for scanning. But more bandwidth will be required to send the status report to routers. For example, if any router is going down, that information has to be sent to all the routers. Okay, and for that, more bandwidth will be required for sending the status report, link state report. Okay, the particular link is available or not. Okay, and in order to solve this problem, we have to use the hierarchical routing. So at a certain point, network may grow to a point where it is no longer feasible for every router to make an entry for the other routers, and that is why we have to do the routing hierarchically. Okay, so when this routing is used, that means hierarchical routing is used, the routers are divided into the regions. Okay, and this region will contain all the details about how to route the packets to destination within its own region. See, here the routers are divided into the region. See, this is very, very, very big network. So what we are going to do, we are going to divide this network or જેટલા પણ routers હશે આ network ની અંદર we are going to divide into the small, small regions. Region 1, region 2, region 3 and region 4 and so on. Right? So it contains all the details about how to route the packet to the destination within own region. Right? For example, a particular region in there મારી પાસે 5 router છે. Instead of the 100 routers, now I'm going to have only 5 routers. So આની detailed information બધા routers ની table માં હશે. બધા each and every router is going to have the routing table. જે પોતાના region ની અંદર જેટલા પણ routers છે એની complete detail હશે. But for the other regions, they are going to have only single entry. For here, for own region, they are going to have the details of every router. But for the remaining region in the, for example, in this router છે, so this ની entry કરવા વગર શું હશે? Only there will be single entry for this particular region. So this is how the memory can be or memory consumption can be make lower. Okay. So for the huge network, two-level hierarchy is not sufficient. So what we are going to do, we are going to group this region into the cluster. If the cluster is getting more, then we are going to group this cluster into the zone. If the zones are getting larger, then we are going to group these zones into the group and so on. So there are two-level hierarchy possible nahi hoy, then we are going to have three-level hierarchy, then four-level hierarchy, then five-level hierarchy. જેમ જેમ network કરતું જશે, we are going to divide the regions. Okay, we are going to divide these regions. That means we are going to group these regions into the cluster and so on. We are going to see using an example. Okay, so let's see example of the two-level hierarchy. So as you can, is it visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so as you can see, entire network is divided into the 5 region. મારી પાસે network છે, right? Here we are having total 17 routers. So what happens whenever this network is getting large? Every router has to make the entry for every router. So અત્યારે router 1A છે, એને કેટલી entry કરવા પડશે? If I'm not using the hierarchical routing, then this router 1A is going to have the full routing table. I'll show you using C. This is the full table for the router 1A. It has to make entry for each and every routers which are in the network. But here we have to make 17 entries for each and every router. So that means for router 1A to 1B, one hop is required. 1A થી 1B પર જવું હોય તો મારે કેટલા નંબર કરવા પડશે? 1. And which router I'm going to use? Obviously 1B. Now for example, if I want to go to 2A from the 1A થી મારે 2A સુધી જવું હોય, તો how many hops will be there? 1 and 1. So I will be requiring 2 hops and the intermediate router will be what? 1B. So for the 2A, number of hop will be 2 and I am going to forward my message to 1B. Similarly, if I want to send the message to 3A, right? From 1A, if it is 3A, then how many jump? 1A to 1C, 1C to 3B, and a 3B to 3A. Total 3 jumps will be there for 1A to 3A. So for 1A to 3A, number of hop will be 3. And what router I'm using? Neighboring router, I'm using what? 1C. So here, જેમ routers વધતા જશે network ની અંદર, I have to increase the entries into the routing table if you are not using this hierarchical routing. But if we are using the hierarchical routing, then what will happen? It will be looking like this. If we are going to have the hierarchical routing, then what will happen? Here we have divided these routers 1A, 1B, 1C, 2A, 2B, 2C, and so on. There are total 17 networks we have divided into the region. So if you consider the region 1, right, and the router 1A. So router 1A is in the region 1, and in the region 1 we are having two other routers 1B and 1C. So this router 1A is going to have the detailed information of its own region. That is 1A, 1B and 1C ની separate entry હશે. But for the remaining region 2, region 5, region 4 and region 3, it is going to have only single entry. Right? ત્યારે અહીંયા શું થતું? તમારે બધા જ રાઉટરની સેપરેટ એન્ટ્રી કરવા પડતી હતી, રાઈટ? ફોર 2A, So region 2, region 3, region 4, and so on. Now, if we are using the hierarchical routing, we are going to have only single entries. Okay, so we can say that when hierarchical routing is used, only 7 entries valid for the 1A, and there are entries for the local routers, but for all the other region, we have been condensed into the single router, and the hierarchical router increasing the saving the table space ને save કરવા માટે it is going to use the hierarchical routing. So this is how the hierarchical routing is used. For example, આનાથી પણ વધારે network વધે છે, then what we are going to do, we are going to combine the regions into the zone. Okay, so when the network is going large, we are going to make it zone 1. Then these two regions will be combined, it will be zone 2. So this zone 1 ની અંદર જેટલા પણ router હશે એને બધાની individual entry હશે, but for the particular zone we are going to have the single entry. Okay, so hierarchical routing is just for saving the routing table space. Okay, so for the hierarchical routing, you can use the distance vector, or you can use the linked routing. Distance vector પહેલાના જમાનામાં use થતો હતો, but for current network or internet, on the internet, we are going to use the OSPF and the ISIS, that is based on the linked state routing. There are two protocols. OSPF, that is open shortest path first, and second algorithm is intermediate system. That protocol, both protocols are based on the linked state routing, which is currently used in the internet. I hope all of you are getting this hierarchical routing.